Hello and thanks for joining Ogun State Television News at 8. I am Adibola Oshomoji. First, the highlight. King Charles III receives President Tinubu First Lady with full military honors. Senate assures Nigerians concerns on state fleas will be addressed. Here in Ogun State, the state government read Riot Act to traders, commuters constituting environmental nuisance at Masheke axis of Abeokuta. And on the foreign scene, Cuba restores power after 29-hour blackout amid U.S. oil blockade.
And on business news tonight, federal government and 7% Customs Federation account allocation committee deduction policy. I'll bring you details of this and other stories when I return on the business segments of the news. I am Olayemi Takuro. Stay with us.
Still on the news tonight, Senegal accuses CAF of corruption after AFCON win overturned. Join me on sports segment of the news for the details of this and other stories. I am Sheyalo Tongawe.
Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogun TV and Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news. President Bola Tinubu has been given a ceremonial welcome at Windsor Castle as the Nigerian leader began his state visit to the United Kingdom. The president and his wife, Remi Tinubu, were treated to a 42-gun salute by the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. Before that, Prince William and Princess Catherine met and greeted the Nigerian leader and his wife at the Fairmont Hotel before the short ride to Windsor Castle, where the King Charles III hosted them. There was also an exchange of gifts and a display of items related to Nigeria that are kept in royal collection. Afterwards, there will be a banquet where Tinubu and King Charles are expected to give speeches. Leaders and celebrities are expected to attend the event. The president and his wife are expected to lay a wreath of flowers on the tomb of the late Queen Elizabeth II in the St. George's Chapel. On Thursday, Tinubu is expected to meet British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, as well as members of the Nigerian community abroad, according to the official schedule. King Charles hosted a reception last week for members of the Nigerian diaspora at the St. James's Palace. The state visit provides Britain and Nigeria, which already have a strong diplomatic relationship, a chance to discuss security and trade, as well as governance issues ahead of next year's presidential election. Here in Ogun State, the State Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment has convened its first quarterly stakeholders meeting of the year, bringing together key players in the mining sector to address productivity and regulatory hurdles. Held at the ministry's premises in Okemoson, Abeokuta, the engagement session focused on collaborative strategies to resolve emerging industry challenges. Olaide Oloye Sholuade reports.
Mining activities remain a cornerstone of the Ogun State economy, serving as a vital engine for revenue and job creation. Under the Nigerian Minerals and Mining Act of 2007, the state works in tandem with federal authorities to manage its vast deposits of limestone. Yet, the sector continues to grapple with the triple threat of illegal extraction, land degradation, and regulatory non-compliance. At this inaugural quarterly session, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is engaging operators to bridge these gaps. Commissioner in the ministry, Adebola Shofela, represented by the Special Advisor on Mineral Resources, Professor Kayode Oyedele, notes that this meeting is essential for developing the practical solutions required for sustainable growth.
In this Enugu state is very lucrative because His Excellency, Prince Dr. Abiodun, provided a good and conducive environment for investors in Ogun State. And also, in partnership, we invited our friend from IBTC, a mining investment company, that can help them in their activities in the mining industry.
The push for modernization was echoed by the ministry's permanent secretary, Engineer Kehinde Akintomide. He emphasizes that operating within the legal framework, specifically through proper licensing and strict adherence to environmental impact assessment, is no longer optional for those wishing to do business in the state.
This meeting, it is very, very crucial for us. It has a positive impact on the miners themselves, and of course it comes handy supporting the state government with the desired information that will help us to come up with the best programs, initiatives for the miners working in the state. I'm sure that at the end of today, everybody is happy, the miners are happy.
Technical facilitators at the forum also highlighted the funding gap in the industry. Currently, many local miners struggle to transition to mechanized mining due to lack of specialized credit facilities, which limit productivity and safety. Participants called for a robust roadmap of awareness and training to institutionalize best practices.
The state government should look into that on how to harmonize the other agencies that have minerals in their location so that it will become an easy thing for miners to access.
Stakeholders at the meeting resolved to tighten collaboration with government agencies, while the ministry reaffirmed its commitment to enforcing the rules of engagement for responsible mining across the Gateway State. Olaide Oloye Sholuade, OGTV News.
As part of efforts at ensuring impartation of knowledge is done seamlessly and effectively in schools, Ogun State government has trained public school administrators as well as public primary and secondary schools teachers across the state on how to efficiently navigate the AI-powered Ogun Learning Enhancement and Academic Resource Network Ogun Learn platform. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, during the one-day training organized by the Ministry for the selected teachers and school heads, held at Cinema Hall, June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto Abeokuta, said since technology has been introduced to enhance teaching and learning, the need to build teachers' capacity for them to be relevant in the discharge of their duties is imperative. Arigbabu added that the AI-generated lesson plan that was launched in January 2026 would lift the burden of tedious planning, allow teachers focus on imparting knowledge and shape the minds of young ones, which is said is the most important aspect of education.
The more you get the with this guy, the more you appreciate. You know, because someone was also saying that that should not become this. In fact, this platform is also to me that the things you do manually, the things you do physically, will be done through technology.
The chairman, Ogun State Teaching Service Commission, TESCOM, Apostle Abiodun Sonyaolu, noted that the commission is planning continuous digital capacity training and for secondary school teachers in the state for them to be technologically empowered in carrying out their duties as teachers, just as he enjoined them to embrace the initiative and upgrade themselves. Chairman of Ogun State Universal Basic Education Board, Evangelist Olalekun Ifede, charged teachers to brace up, be dedicated to their teaching profession, and give room for improvement in order to complement efforts to the present administration towards providing qualitative and accessible education to the citizenry. In their separate remarks, the chairman, Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, Dr. Felix Agbesanwa, and Nigerian Union of Teachers Ogun State Chapter, Comrade Noah Sekawanu, represented education, launched the Commissioner for Transforming the Sector through Technology Innovation. In another development, the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigabu, decorated and rewarded some female learners for doing the state proud during an international mathematics competition, noting that this was to encourage them. Professor Arigabu said each learner was rewarded based on the category of the award won, explaining that 3 gold medalists were given 100,000 naira each, 5 silver medalists 75,000 naira each, while each of 9 medalists went home with 50,000 naira. The government of Ogun State has read a riot act to traders, commuters and individuals constituting environmental nuisance at Basheke axis of Abeokuta, the state capital. At a stakeholders meeting in Abeokuta, facilitated by the State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency, government frowned at the lawlessness which has become order of the day in the area. Fowora Adesanwo reports.
A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. Bansheke, a commercial nerve center of Abeokuta, tilting towards Oshodi market of the old, where lives are short and nasty.
Some people will pick passenger, you will just see vehicle coming. It will just crush them at the back. So I've seen so much, and some of them driving against traffic. They said they are not aware. That's why I said we should organize a stakeholder meeting so to fully inform them.
I was in battle for this event, and they talk much about my people, that we have like 80% that Okada riders are Hausa people. They are my tribe, and I'm the leader to them. So now they talk so much about them, but I heard it now, so I will not go back and call them and talk to them, so that everybody will hear what they say and what they need to be doing there.
Indiscriminate display of wares, driving against the traffic, and a lot of environmental issues have become a norm at Bansheke Market, raising a lot of concern from the stakeholders. Everyone accepted their involvement in the act at a stakeholder meeting called by the Trace Commandant, Bansheke Unit Abeokuta. Stakeholders said lives and property are at great danger.
A Yahoo guys drove carelessly and hit a pedestrian that want to cross the road. So it's not new. I can say it's not new. So a lot of incidents or accidents occur.
Processing is taken with immediate effect. We are starting our duty as from today.
The acting commandant of the State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Dayo Omunajo, says enough is enough.
We have records of road traffic crashes in various Okada. We have rescued Okada riders here. We have rescued pedestrians knocked down by motorists. So for this, for us to reduce the incessant road crashes, we are on ground to enforce it to the fullest.
Stakeholders at the meeting welcomed the new development design to restore peace and tranquility. Adefowora Adesanwo, OGTV News.
Still ahead, Nigeria receives 11,520 doses of groundbreaking HIV prevention injection. More news and reports when we return. To stay with us. Glad to have you on the second segment of the news. In case you just joined us, this is OGTV News at 8. The Kano state government has suspended the traditional Salah Doba festival, citing credible intelligence of potential security threat during the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. The announcement follows the release of guidelines for a parallel Salah Doba by the 15th Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, from his Nasarawa mini palace. In a statement, Commissioner for Information and Internal Affairs, Abdullahi Ibrahim Waya, said the suspension was necessary to prevent any breakdown of law and order during the festive period. The suspension affects key events, including Hawa Dushe at the Emir's Palace and others, which typically involve horse rides to various parts of the city. While emphasizing the importance of preserving Kano's rich cultural heritage, Commissioner Waya stressed that the government's primary responsibility remains the protection of lives and property. The Commissioner further explained that the decision was reached following consultations with the Kano Emirate Council and other stakeholders. He called on residents to remain calm, law-abiding, and cooperative with security agencies while avoiding the spread of unverified information. As Muslims across Nigeria prepare for the Eid al-Fitr celebration, the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Ahmed Abubakar Odi, has ordered nationwide deployment of over 53,500 personnel to ensure adequate security before, during, and after the festivities. The operatives, comprising tactical unit and intelligence squads, are to be deployed across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory as part of proactive measures to foster security breaches and safeguard lives and property. According to the directive, the deployment will focus on the protection of critical national assets and infrastructure, while also addressing emerging security challenges that typically arise during festive periods. A statement by the National Public Relations Officer of the Corps, Babawale Afolabi in Abuja, said that in order to ensure effective implementation, all provosts of colleges, zonal commanders, and state commandants have been instructed to provide robust security coverage within their jurisdictions. The Corps identified key flashpoints such as shopping malls, idle prayer grounds, mosques, churches, motor parks, and recreational centers as priority areas. These locations are to be closely monitored by both uniformed and uncovered operatives to deter criminal activities and ensure public safety. Odi further stressed the importance of intensified routine patrols and sustained collaboration with other security agencies through intelligence sharing and rapid response to distress calls. Meanwhile, as preparations intensify for the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, residents of Abeokuta are trooped to major markets to purchase food items, clothing, and livestock amid noticeable changes in prices. Our reporter Margaret Okunlola conducted a market survey across the key trading hubs in the city and revealed mixed reactions from traders and buyers as cost of essential commodities continue to fluctuate. Our reports.
Following the announcement of Thursday 19th and Friday 20th of March as public holidays to mark the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, markets across Abeokuta have recorded an influx of buyers and sellers. Reactions from residents were mixed, as some described the prices of goods as being on the high side.
There is not enough sales because sales is dull and everything is too cost for us. Like the pepper that we are buying like 30,000 naira, 35,000 naira before, we are buying it 80,000 naira, 85,000 naira.
Others, however, noted that prices remain relatively stable compared to previous festive periods.
It's okay than last week now. Like that vegetable, that bundles now. So they agree 1,000 instead of 1,500, 2,000. So like frozen fish, the price is fair than before.
Meanwhile, A visit to major motor parks within the metropolis revealed increased transportation activities as many residents make plans to travel and celebrate with their loved ones.
I'm going to Ibadan to see my friends, and I don't think they increased the price. The last time I entered in Ibadan bus, it was 5,000. Now it's now 4,500 now that I can even. So yeah, that's it. They don't increase the price.
I'm traveling to Osun State, though I will take the cab to Ibadan before I take another box to Iwo, Osun State. So I'm traveling to my family to go and do holiday with them. It is a Odu festival, so it is important to do Eid Mubarak with your family.
Despite the recent hike in fuel prices, transport fares appear largely unchanged, with operators expressing readiness to accommodate the expected surge in passengers.
We have prepared our drivers and we make sure that their vehicles are in order such that they don't need to rush at this time, at this point in time. All they need to do is ensure the vehicles are in order so that they will be able to commute motorists and the transporters to wherever they are going to. As at present, because of the fact that we've already had a little bit of hike in the price of petrol, we can't increase our transport fare as it is. So we remain committed to serving our people as much as ever. We are not increasing any transport fare at this time at all.
As residents prepare for the festivities, some have called for heightened security awareness, noting the tendency for increased criminal activities during the festive periods.
Celebrate with their children at home. At least let them share the good things with you at home, and don't go out in the night because of the festival, or even if you are traveling, try to drive well. Don't because it's holiday time or whatever, get drunk and drive.
Stay at home, play with your family, kill chicken, kill ram, anything that you can kill. Just make sure you enjoy your life.
They also urged Nigerians to celebrate in moderation, remain vigilant, and prioritize spending quality time with family and loved ones during the holiday. Margaret Okunola, OGTV News.
Saudi Arabia has declared Friday as Eid al-Fitr, following the non-sighting of the crescent moon, marking the beginning of Shawwal. Authorities in the kingdom confirmed that the moon was not sighted, indicating that Ramadan will last 30 days this year. With the development, Muslims in the kingdom will observe the full 30 days of fasting before celebrating Eid al-Fitr on Friday. The Senate has assured Nigerians that their concerns regarding the creation of state plays will be addressed as part of ongoing constitutional reforms. Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, made the assurance in Abuja while 7 members of the steering committee of the Nigeria Police Force tasked with developing a framework for the state plays. The committee is chaired by Professor Olu Ogunshakin. Senator Jibrin commended Inspector General of Police Olatunji Diso for aligning with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to strengthen national security. Diso had inaugurated the 8-member committee on March 4, 2026 to craft the framework for state plays. Senator Jibrin emphasized that the committee must focus on accountability, safeguards against abuse, and public enlightenment. To ensure inclusivity, the committee has conducted zonal public hearings across the 6 geopolitical zones, giving stakeholders an opportunity to contribute to the amendment process. Professor Ogunshakin briefed Senator Jibrin on the committee's mandate and requested the Senate advice and input to enrich its report. The All Progressives Congress, APC lawmakers at the Ogun State House of Assembly have reaffirmed their commitment to the ideas of the party and pledged continued support for leaders whom they have say vision and track records that align with the aspirations of people of the state and Nigeria. Majority Leader of the House and member representing Ado Delta State Constituency 1, Honorable Sheriff Yusuf stated this while speaking on behalf of other lawmakers on the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu. Senator representing Ogun West, Solomon Adiola, and Governor Dapo Abiodun's next political ambitions. Kolawole Osho's report is presented in this package.
On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, brother.
Speaking on behalf of the APC lawmakers at a news conference held in Abeokuta, the majority leader of the House, Honorable Yusuf Sharif, noted Tinubu's reforms and infrastructure development drive across the country. He affirmed that under President Tinubu's leadership, Nigeria has witnessed significant strides towards economic stabilization, fiscal reforms, and unprecedented infrastructure growth, particularly in road construction, linking key economic corridors nationwide. The lawmaker explained that the achievement underscored the president's commitment to repositioning the nation's economy and strengthening national infrastructure. He stated that the achievements made him deserve another term to consolidate the gains recorded so far. Honorable Yusuf also declared lawmakers have unalloyed support for the performance of Senator Solomon Adiola in the National Assembly, saying this has put him in a good stead for a new political ambition in the state. Sharif, alongside Honorable B.C. Oyedele, also disclosed that the senator has distinguished himself as a seasoned legislator whose record in the National Assembly reflects competence, diligence, and a strong commitment to the welfare of the people.
Senator, as a seasoned legislator whose record in the National Assemblies has consistently reflected competence, diligence, and a deep commitment to the welfare of the people.
We have decided that we are going to support him. We are going to give him full support come 2027 is Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola Yayi. Beyond what we are doing here today, go to the street of Abeokuta, go to Ogun West, go to Ogun East. You will see that the only name that resonates, that appeal to the conscience of the people across the senatorial district is Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola Yayi.
Sharif also disclosed that the 20 progressive lawmakers of the Assembly affirmed support for Governor Abiodun's next political move after the completion of his tenure. He emphasized that the governor's wealth of executive experience and deep understanding of governance would remain invaluable in any capacity he chose to serve.
Having successfully steered the affairs of the state and delivered significant developmental strides, Governor Abiodun remains well positioned to continue contributing to the governance and nation building at higher levels. We therefore reaffirm our commitment to the idea of the All Progressive Congress APC and pledge to continue supporting leaders whose vision and track record align with the aspirations of the people of Ogun State and Nigeria.
Having successfully steered the affairs of Ogun State and delivered significant developmental strides, Abiodun, according to him, is well positioned to continue contributing to governance and nation building at higher levels. Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo spoke on behalf of the lawmakers from Ogun Central Senatorial District, while Honorable Musefiu Lamidi spoke on behalf of lawmakers from Ogun West, while the Chief Whip of the House, Honorable Omolola Bakari, spoke on behalf of those from Ogun East. They all spoke on the reasons for their endorsement and reaffirmation.
The Ogun State House of Assembly's Committee on Public Account and Anti-Corruption has commended the state governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for his efforts in improving water supply across the state and urged him to intensify efforts at extending distribution to more communities in the state. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Damilare Bello, in company of other members of the committee, gave the commendation while playing host to officials of the State Water Corporation led by the consultant to the Governor on Water, Mrs. Moinat Sujaji. During the ongoing consideration of the 2024 Auditor General's report on state ministries, departments and agencies at the Assembly Complex Okemoson at Abeokuta. The House Committee also lauded the corporation for its revenue drive and directed it to submit its just concluded audit report from 2020 to 2024, including supporting document on the supply of chemicals and details of funding received from development partners. Also, the House Committee has directed the State Forestry Plantation Project, Area J4, led by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Forestry, Dr. Kunle Oyesonwe, to present its financial report, provide supporting document on roads and bridges, and submit its bank statement covering January to December of the year under review to the committee to aid the consideration of the plantation's financial records. Nigeria has taken a major step in its fight against HIV with the arrival of the first tranche of the lenacapavir, a long-acting injectable drug expected to transform HIV prevention and accelerate progress towards eliminating the disease by 2030. Officially taking delivery of the consignment at the Federal Center stores, Oshodi, Lagos. Health authorities confirmed the delivery of 11,520 doses of the injection, part of the total 52,000 doses expected in the 3 batches under a Global Fund-supported initiative. Nigeria is among 9 countries globally selected for the early rollout of the groundbreaking injection, underscoring its strategic importance in the global HIV response. Speaking at the reception, the head of Procurement and Supply Chain Management, National AIDS and STIs Control Program, Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, FAM Mohammed Patiko, described the delivery as a critical milestone in expanding Nigeria's HIV prevention toolkit, noting that distribution is expected to commence next week to designated facilities through existing logistic systems. Patiko noted that unlike daily oral pre-exposure, which has been associated with adherence challenges, lenacapavir, a long-acting injectable administered twice yearly, offers a more convenient alternative. The pilot phase will target key populations, including seroconcomitant couples and individuals at heightened risk of HIV exposure, such as sex workers, men who have sex with men, and transgender persons. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has organized a one-day sensitization program targeting the informal sector and various agencies within the Ogun State government. The event, held at the NLC Secretariat in Leme, Abeokuta, focused on the theme assessing benefit on the National Housing Fund and other banking products. Benga Adekoya report that the initiative aims to bridge the housing gap for non-salaried workers across the state. His report is presented from our studios.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria shifts its focus towards the informal sector, prioritizing artisans, traders and small business owners for inclusion in the National Housing Fund. This gathering at the Nigerian Labour Congress Hall in Abeokuta marked a move away from a traditional reliance on salaried civil servants. Branch manager Babatope Oyeyinka leads the presentation, detailing how workers outside the formal grid can access sustainable financing.
To avail all Nigerian workers, both in the formal and informal sector, cheap and affordable.
Mr. Oyeyinka commended the Ogun State government for maintaining up-to-date remittances, noting that the state remains one of the few without outstanding debts to the bank.
24 October, the government paid all the 21 months. So as I'm speaking now, in fact, in the role of the federation, we have the other things that are up to date. Ogun State is one of the states that is up to date in the remittance of NHS.
The Ogun State Head of Service, Mr. Kendi Onosoya, monitors the proceeding through the Permanent Secretary of the Bureau of Public Service Reform, Jola Oyineye.
We are here so that assessing the benefit of the federal government will not elude us. Some of us are close to 60. We are far from 50. And we grew up to meet the federal government ban. And it has not failed to do its duty. That is why it will not be out of place for you to also rely on the federal government ban to be able to get your loan.
Leaders from the NLC and TUC offers goodwill messages supporting the bank's efforts to provide accessible housing solutions.
We strongly believe that this partnership, especially in the disbursement of funds to eligible members under the supervision of NLC and TUC and government, will yield positive outcome and will never be regretted.
The initiative targets the 65% of Nigerian workers operating in the informal economy, aiming to drastically reduce the national housing deficits.
The brain behind the Alake Egbaliganza Lishabi Festival celebration, Koromi of Ijaye and Are of Egbaland, Chief Lai Labode, has revealed plans to unveil what is expected to be the tallest drum in the world. This would be during the year 2026 Lishabi Day celebration. He made this known as part of activities lined up to make the week-long cultural event more vibrant and memorable. Bome Adegun was at a press conference held in preparation for the festival. His reports.
The 2026 edition of the Lishabi Festival is taking on a grander dimension this year, rebranded as the Alake Egbaliganza. Organizers promise a celebration that is not only bigger but fundamentally different, blending deep-rooted tradition with a modern, sophisticated touch. At a press conference held to herald the festivities, the visionaries behind the project briefed the media on what the world should expect. They emphasized that this year's outing is designed to elevate the cultural profile of Egbaland on a global scale.
The Egbaligana 2026, once again in honor of Lishabi Agogwagala, and with all due respect to all of the work that the Lishabi Festival Committee continues to do, with all due respect to the Egba Chieftaincy Committee, the statutory chiefs of Egbaland, a small community of where the powerhouse of Egba lies, of which I belong, there has been quite a bit of work to do this. I want to describe what this year is about. This year is about taking Lishabi Festival to the very next level. This year, we are going to witness for the first time in the history of Egbaland, in the history of Yoruba Nation, in the history of Nigeria, where more than 50 countries come to honor their hero. We're going to have more than 50 countries visit Egbaland to honor Lishabi Agogwagala and pay homage to Kabiyesi Alake of Egbaland.
Beyond the vibrant displays of fashion and heritage, a major highlight of the Alake Egbaliganza will be a historic feat, the official unveiling of the tallest drum in the world. This record-breaking attempt aims to showcase the ingenuity and artistic prowess of the Egba people to a domestic and international audience.
Egbaliganza, under the leadership of Kabiyesi Alake, will be cutting the tape for the building of the world's tallest drum in Egbaland. The world's tallest drum in Egbaland. And the good news is that this drum is to be built by a grandson.
Corporate sponsors present at the briefing reaffirmed their commitment to the festival, assuring the Alaki of Egbaland, the people of the kingdom, and visiting guests of a seamless and world-class experience. The session concluded with an interactive question and answer where journalists sought clarity on logistics and the expanded festival roadmap. The Lishabi Festival is a premier cultural celebration of the Egba people, held annually to honor the legendary warrior Lishabi Agbongwakala, who led the Egba liberation from the Olorios rule in the 18th century. Bome Adigun, OGTV News.
Business news is next with Olayemi Takoro. Stay with us.
Thank you, Adebola. Welcome to Business News. The federal government, through the Federation Account Allocation Committee, has discontinued the long-standing 7% cost of collection deduction previously retained by the Nigerian Customs Service from Federation account revenues, a move that effectively removes the agency from direct allocations of shared federal earnings. An analysis of the Federation Allocation Committee report for February 2026, which captured revenue generated in January, indicated that the Customs Service no longer receives the 7% cost of collection previously deducted from the Federation's earnings. The line item that usually indicates the amount received as cost of collection showed that the Nigerian Customs Service recorded 0.00 for January 2026, a sharp contrast to the 24.01 billion naira it received under the same category in December 2025. The report, however, indicated that other revenue-generating agencies continued to receive their statutory deductions, with the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission receiving 21.44 billion naira as a 4% cost of collection, while the Nigerian Revenue Service received 44.16 billion naira as a 4% cost of collection for the month of January.